Hi everyone, Kristin here if we haven't met yet. Today is part 3 of Christmas decorating with me and we're finally working on our living room. I just cannot believe how everything turned out and the space feels so cozy and magical now. So grab a drink, get comfy and let's dive right in. This is my formal living room setup right now. We have the edge sofa and travertine coffee table, rounded with a Chris loves rare dark brown flat rugs that feels warm and classic. The media console is also from RH with a rich brown wood tone. We're still hunting for a 80-inch TV during Black Friday, but that's not stopping us from decorating this area with some Christmas touches. To feel the big prank wolf, I hung this vintage tapestry I threw for roughly $6 with a coupon. I'm obsessed. The muted sepia, deep olives, and warm browns show scenes of pastoral life, with little figures spinning wool, playing harps, and walking beneath storybook trees. The red trims makes it feel like something you found in European market. Once it was up, the whole space instantly felt like an old-world Christmas vignette. And I started building the Christmas trees grouping. These are the variety of my Texas house cedar trees that people either love or hate. I was so excited when she released the mini this year because anyone on this channel knows how much I love repetitions in styling. I swapped the baskets for this tragic stone pot from Maggie & Co. They instantly bring that rustic textures I love. Atop the small one for some catalogs for extra height, create a beautiful woodland moment. On the right side of the console, I placed the 4-foot cedar on a 3 wooden frame stand and put it in a charcoal ribbed pot from Hobby Lobby for that rustic modern feel. Next to it, the small tree sits in a vintage silver urn I thrifted. It was love on the first sight. The tarnished patina and twin handles make it feel like a European antique and give the cedar so much character. To the right, I laid a few thrift books and add Drew Studio Maggie lanterns from Target. I tucked snowy pie candles inside from Michael's. The staggered height and greenery soften the black metal and it feels cozy instead of stark. Next, I laid out a 9-foot my Texas house cedar garland, the same one on my staircase. If you missed that, click the card on top right to check my Christmas 2025 playlist. Once the garland went down, I fell in love again. It spills over the console like a forest floor and just feels whimsical. For more layering, I added a trio of reindeer from Big Lots. The viral pottery bound lookalikes, each one has personality. The top silver reindeer stands like watchful guardians, and the 2 golden ones bring sculptures, subtle shimmer that complements the tapestry. To balance everything, I placed a nutcracker from Hobby Lobby on the left. Even though everything already tied together, I wanted more warmth, so I added a deep burgundy bolt garlands from Michael's to pull in the red from the tapestries and layered a wooden Merry Christmas garlands across the doors. The key letters add rustic textures and the velvet ribbons bring softness. I also hung a trio of thrifting stockings, a cozy burgundy sherpa, a vintage illustrating green stockings, and a retro one with French country charm. They don't match, but they look perfectly curated and collective. To finish, I tucked a few woven wooden balls into the garland, add fairy lights, and tied deep burgundy balls around each pot. With everything laid together, the console feels a little storybook forest, cozy, nostalgic, and just the right amount of magical. Moving on to the coffee table, I started by filling a pair of vintage pottery vases with dried hydrangeas. The vases have a deep earthy brown glaze with sparkles in imperfections that feel truly handmade. The hydrangeas bring soft greens, mauve blush, and warm caramel tones you only get from real dried blooms. Next, I created a little candle moment. I stacked 2 coffee table books, letting the part of the wrap from my thrift run tied into the loom. On top, I added the viral brush bowl candle holders from Hobby Lobby. They look like whimsical vintage ribbon cased in metal. I topped them with the deep red twist taper candles from H&M, which add movement and an old-world touch. Then I set out a vintage bronze candle snuffer from a local antique shop. On the right side, I built a tiny Christmas village on top of a brown book. The silver reindeer sleigh from Michael's last year has that old-world handcraft look. I filled it with greenery and tiny berry red balls, then scattered a few like ribbon confetti. In front of it, I placed 2 ceramic houses from Zara. Their age, glaze, won't grow, and in perfect paint make them feel nostalgic and collected. To finish the table, I added a pair of marble Christmas trees. One in deep chocolate stone with caramel veining, and the other one in sage gray marble with cloudy streaks. There are height differences as balance across from the vases. Moving on to the sofa, I started with a strip pottery bound fur foam pillows in warm mocha. It instantly adds that wintry, snuggly textures. In front of it, I add a deep burgundy black pillows from Heart and Hand. To balance all the patterns and texture, I finished it with a pre-fold cream pillows from H&M featuring a bold black bow. On the other side of the sofa, I tucked a deep green knit blanket with big tassels along the arm. It feels like a fresh Christmas tree and adds a cozy cable knit sweater vibe. Layered on top, I styled a fluffy chocolate ball pillows from Home Goods, a cream embroidered Christmas tree pillows from H&M, and a strip red velvet pillows with white pompons that bring a Santa hat charm. Together, they echo the colors and texture from the other end, making the whole sofa feel collected and rustic without being too matched. For extra stickings, I brought in a pair of striped cute ottomans from Target Studio Maggie. The subtle gray pinstripes feel tailored and neutral. I draped and swept deep red knit roll over one to instantly cozy up the space. On top, I styled a slate holiday cookbook flip open to the candy coin page. It could feel like a childhood Christmas baking, and keeping it open makes the corner feel living, like someone ready to sit with cocoa and try a recipe. I started adding the final layers. On the floor, I placed a pair of black metal lanterns for a soft glow beside the console and filled it with flameless candles featuring tiny red berries splashed like frozen winter branches. When lit, the warm glow reflects off the glass and wood floors, grounding the vineyard with a cozy, quiet warmth. To bring the festive mood up to the ceiling, I hung 2 burgundy velvet bow garlands from Michael's across the window. They drape casually over the curtain rod, adding a playful, old-fashioned charm. Along the back of the sofa, I tossed the vintage holiday throw in a red and cream winter theme. The little houses and snow trees add a nostalgic, storybook touch without overwhelming the pillows. Finally, I tucked in a vintage plank stand as a small side table to balance the height of the floor length on the other end. I topped it with a sculpture center bust and kept it simple so it doesn't overpower the rest of the room. From the vintage tapestries to the dry hydrangeas, marble trees in the little cookbook corner, every piece has its own character and adds to the warmth of the room. I'm so happy with how this living room turned out. You feel collective, nostalgic, and full of little stories tucked into every corner. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all and Merry Christmas.